Happy Friday. I'm just going to wait for people to join in. It is Friday here in Southern California. So good to be here. I've been looking at doing these live videos at a different time. So if you are interested in being a part of these live videos and in the chat, please go over to the page in the community page and do the survey. But I have also noticed that the algorithms here on YouTube, they have changed significantly. And I thought it was just me because, this isn't a big channel. There's not a lot of people that are always on here. So I thought it was just me, but it seems like the algorithms for YouTube have changed significantly. Hello. And some people that I follow, and I don't follow a ton of people, but they've been saying that even people that have their notifications on are not getting notified about their videos. So I don't know what to say about that. It certainly makes reaching out to others with different content quite challenging. But if you're new here, put your notifications on and check back with the channel, because even how they are allowing us to see videos is different than what it's been over the years, or even over the last year. So, is that a change that's beneficial to small channels? No. Is it more of a way? Hey, Eric, good to see you. Oh, thanks for being here. I'm glad that somebody's joining me today. I was just talking about how the algorithms on YouTube are changing, and people just are not seeing content that is not paid for or marketed in some way. And, this is a small channel, but what I'm finding is that it's happening on other channels that have a much bigger following, and they're still having a difficult time getting their content out. So who knows, Eric? It might just be you and I today. And then I do know people watch this replay. So today I was actually going to talk about something totally different. And then I was helping somebody go through some of their soul lessons. And I thought, oh my gosh, people just really need to hear this. So this is the truth about the truth frequency. And, anybody who has, hey, Peter, good to see you. Peter, I was just telling Eric how the algorithms on this YouTube is completely changed. Anyways, not as many bots, I guess. Anyhow, what I was going to say is that I was helping somebody through their soul lessons, and we came across one of their soul lessons had to do with the truth. So I'm not going to share everything because their soul lessons may or may not apply to you. But if you have had to contend with a massive betrayal or a bunch of manipulation or lies, chances are you have a lot of soul lessons around the truth. And so they also suggested, I should do a class on how to teach people to go and find their soul lessons. This is so good. And I was like, that would be good if people knew that they had a soul. So much of what I teach and what I do is very unconventional, and a lot of people don't understand it until they have like a one-on-one session, and then they start to get it. But a lot of people have a hard time getting out of their head and thinking, I'll have a session with Kiana, because they just don't know what a session with Kiana is like. What is the alignment of physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies? To me, that's life. That's what we're here to do. That's the soul expression. But for people who are not even aware that they have a soul, they wouldn't come to somebody like me. You know what I mean? It's just very interesting. Anyways, I usually wait about 5 minutes before I go into the content. But what I wanted to share is this frequency of truth. And we've seen it on here in the chat about people asking me, well, what's the truth? And what do you think the truth is? And the truth is always is and always has been and always will be a frequency in which you align to. It's not at all what you think. Your people think the truths are like facts. Those aren't the truths. Those are perspectives based on data, which is always going to be the data means what you make it mean. I mean, that's really what data does. It's an interpretation, right? It's a perspective. So when we're talking about the truth is always going to be a frequency. So if you guys are okay, I'm just going to go ahead and share like 8 significant truths about the truth frequency. And so I do have a question is about the truth. And because a lot of people think that the truth is based on a belief. And I wonder if that's you too. So let's see. Is the truth, I'm going to do a survey question here. I'm just going to ask a simple question because a lot of people, so is the truth based on a belief? That's the question. And I'm curious what you all think about this. So normally on here, Peter, you probably haven't blocked anybody because the YouTube algorithms, I don't know, it happened right before the presidential race, but they've definitely changed something here on YouTube, no doubt. It's crazy. So I'm just going to share 8 specific things that I think would be most helpful for people to understand about the truth. And so I'm going to start with distractions because a lot of people, they think distractions are just random, but really distractions are a tool. And they are a tool that are used to keep people from aligning to the truth. Now, why do you think about that? Why would somebody want to distract you from the truth? Why? The truth is a frequency, right? So why would you want to be distracted from the frequency? Well, nobody wants to be distracted, but if you are not tethered or aligned to the truth frequency, it's going to be easily to meander off into some random direction, usually a direction that's a much lower frequency that keeps you from aligning to the truth. So why would that happen doesn't matter as much as if you have conscious awareness that distractions actually keep you from the truth, then you can address those distractions appropriately by being tethered to the frequency of the truth. That is a conscious intention that you can have that will help to realign you and actually keep you from diving into these distractions. And what are a distraction? So like social media, for the most part, is one big, massive distraction. I mean, obviously you are here because you want to become more aligned and more conscious, but the vast majority of content on social media is crap. It's a distraction from alignment within, and people are checking out and escaping via the social media in a way that really becomes a distraction. What do those do? They keep you from aligning within. Where's the truth? The truth is a frequency that you resonate with. So you do that, okay? So number 1 is distractions keep you from the truth. So if you want to align to the frequency of the truth, you must have awareness of when these distractions are taking you off the path, okay? So this is another big one. Number 2 is this. There are people that try to strategize like, oh, I'll talk to them about this when, or oh, I'll have the discussion when it feels right. There's always the time for the truth. You always need to make time for the truth because the time for the truth is always going to be in the now moment. It's the moment you're thinking of it. It's the moment you're vibrating with it. It's the moment you're in it. That's the vibration of the truth. It doesn't have a specified time where there's a perfect alignment of all the things. No, the moment for truth is always in the now moment. Always. And that's when you're resonating with it. And that's when you want to speak to the things that need to be spoken to. When you try to strategize and plan and coordinate and think about the truth and speaking the truth, it's always in the now moment, right now. That's the time. Hello, welcome. Okay, you have a question, go ahead. I usually do the questions at the end, but now that I can see the questions, because it's not moving so quickly, I can answer as we go. Nolan, what do you say? Oh. Okay, so there you go. So I'm just going to stick with my strategy here and answer questions at the end. Okay, so the third aspect of the truth that I thought would be most helpful is oftentimes we see people in the chat here that say they're lonely, they're depressed, they're anxious. Well, that's a disconnection from the frequency of the truth, period, end of story. So the closeness that you seek requires that you be in alignment with the truth. And the truth is not what you think. The truth is a alignment of a frequency that comes from the heart space, right? So again, when you are having a disconnection, the easiest thing to do when you want to realign is set an intention to align with the truth, okay? The truth is a frequency. It's not what I think it is. It's not what you think it is. It's what we resonate with, right? So that's really important. Another important aspect, number 4 of the truth, is really that the truth is accepting. There's no judgment when we're in the alignment with the truth. It just is a frequency. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not a high frequency or a low frequency. It's just pure acceptance, right? It's not, it cannot be curtailed to a particular section or area or perspective, because the truth frequency spans throughout all aspects of beingness. So the other thing, as somebody who does a lot of, I've done a lot in my past, these team events. So when you're working in corporate America, I would create what's called defining events. The truth frequency, the truth creates defining moments. These are moments that are pivotal to a group, an organization, or even a married couple or a relationship between children. The truth helps people shift into a defining moment. That defining moment is usually something that creates an awareness, creates a knowingness in which people can expand at a much greater, faster pace. When you try to limit the truth, suppression of the truth always backfires. There's not a time or a place where I have seen that suppression of the truth does not backfire. The truth always emerges. So it's best to be in alignment. Okay? The other thing, number 5, is that the truth always brings greater clarity. Sometimes people think that is painful, but that is also a way in which we can get more clear. So a lot of times pain is the creation of a tension that is needed to gain greater clarity. It's a signal. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It does mean that it might be uncomfortable. So the truth doesn't hurt. It might be uncomfortable, but why is it uncomfortable? Because people are so tethered to beliefs that do not work for higher levels of frequency. The truth is a frequency that is a very high resonance, and it feels good when you're in it, but it can sometimes mean that the beliefs or the illusion that you've been holding on to no longer can stay in that frequency. So this is why higher frequencies require an adjustment period. A lot of people think that they can just go to a higher frequency and stay there, but often there's an ebb and a flow. Why? Because when truth is realized and you're resonating with the truth, you will shift all things in which you're resonating with, because you're going to see life differently. That's what the clarity brings, is a perception shift and change that could be instrumental in creating a defining moment, a defining event, and really change the direction of your life for the better if you're willing to. Now, I have some friends that talk about the truth frequency, and they call it atomic conversations. And really what those are the truth frequencies in which they had to resonate with in order to have real truthful conversations. However, what comes from those truthful conversations is dependent on how much people can really hold a higher frequency. And that means, can you hold the truth frequency? That means, can you stay in alignment with the truth frequency? Or, now that you know the truth, or do you try to go back to what you've always known? And there is a disconnect, right? It can be very challenging to navigate that. So I will also say that number 7 thing that I want to share about the truth frequency is this, that the truth frequency requires a willingness. This means you must be willing to walk away from the status quo, walk away from what you've always known. To be and hold the truth frequency as your resonance, as your place of regular, everyday conversations. You must have a desire to stay in alignment, right? That's why I'm here. That's why I'm even doing this video. My desire to stay in alignment and teach this stuff every single day far exceeds my need to be accepted by the norm, because I know what I believe is not normal, but it's natural, because everything that I talk about on this channel is about aligning to the natural laws of God. That is alignment, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. That's why I'm here. And so when we have a willingness to walk away from the status quo, what you've always known, that's what the truth requires, because not everybody is going to be in alignment with the truth at the same time. Imagine, how would I be able to help people if I were not in alignment with the truth frequency to the capacity that I am? I wouldn't be able to be in service to humanity in the way that is needed during the times that are coming if I weren't willing to walk away from the status quo. Because the status quo is in alignment with manipulation, lies, and a lack of integrity. You have to be willing to walk away from the dogmas of conditioning and of programming. And the vast majority of people are just not willing to do that. So somebody here is asking me, am I a psychologist? I will just say, after you just heard me say what I said, do you think I could be in alignment with being in that profession? I help people align physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I don't know one therapist that does that. Not one. Why? Because they have rules against that type of alignment. Okay? Okay. And so here is the final one, and this is really where it separates me from a therapist, okay? Is that the truth frequency is totally in alignment with the divine light within you that expresses through you through the frequency of truth. Okay? There's not one therapist out there that's going to be talking about that and be board certified, okay, and be meeting their things. Why? Because they are not allowed, they are not allowed, therapists, through the social conditioning, to speak directly to spiritual aspects. And certainly about the divine, they're not trained in connecting to the divine. I do it every day, all day long. I help my clients do it every day, all day long. In fact, I just got a beautiful email from a client saying that they were so locked in for the last 10 years into black magic grids, and it just really pummeled them. And, this person didn't even really talk about black magic, but I could sense it within their field. And just by releasing it through divine light, through my conscious awareness and their willingness to let go of the status quo, you go out of agreement with those demonic energies, okay? So, which you'll really want to be on tomorrow's live, because I'm not going to hold back on tomorrow's live about this. So anyways, so the divine light within expresses through truth. So you must be connected to all channels of light within you. We all have channels of light, but are you connected to them? And if you're not, you want to reconnect. You can't do it by saying these things do not exist. You have to align to the truth, and the truth is in your divine connection, period. However you interpret that. Because I'm not here to preach a particular dogma. I'm just here to talk about the frequency of truth. And the truth is that our divinity expresses through the truth frequency. So when we look at the mass media and we see people really coming untethered and falling apart emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and you see them crying on these TikToks and these videos, and they're untethered because they're not connected to anything light within themselves. They are connected and attached to outcomes. Well, we all know that non-attachment is the best way to be in greater alignment, but these people who have focused so much on the ego mind, they lose connection from the divine. So those are 8 specific things that I wanted to share with you about alignment and the truth frequency, and really understanding that it is a frequency in which you align to. So I'm curious. This is very interesting. So 78% of you, holy cannoli, you must think I'm really out of my mind. If you guys think so 78% of you believe that the truth is tied to a belief. So this must really be blowing your mind, because the truth has absolutely nothing to do with what you think. And what you think is totally connected to your belief system, okay? So the truth is not that. So that's why the truth hurts to a lot of people, because it goes against your belief system. Oh my gosh. And this is people that watch this stuff. Okay. I'm just amazed right now. Let me see what questions you have here. Okay. Momentum Mind says, always stay happy, stay strong, and keep a positive mindset. Much love from India. All right, Momentum. No, I don't have a boyfriend. I have a husband. Good morning, Dagger. Good to see you here. DM, I think I answered that question. Hey, Red Hunter. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. You can see things have changed here on YouTube. Hey, Allie. Good to see you. Peace to you. What is divine light? So is that a religion? It's absolutely not a religion. So let's just talk about distinctions. Religion is man-made. Divine light is organic, it's natural, and it's an alignment to the natural laws of God, source energy, and creation. That's the distinction, okay? Big time Charlie says, no, I'm not. I've never watched Yellowstone, and I have no idea who Beth is. Okay, I want to talk about the survey, because the truth is the truth based on belief, and you all said yes. So this is why so many people are not vibrating with the frequency of the truth, because in order to vibrate with the frequency of the truth, you must be willing to release your ideas and your beliefs about what actually is. And what actually is going to be in alignment with creation. It's not going to be in alignment with what you've been conditioned or programmed or taught or thought. It's not going to be any of those. So, yeah. So how could you untether from your beliefs? Sounds like, I don't even know if I want to go there, but it looks like we should do a video about untethering from beliefs, because the reason why I don't do that is because people hold so tightly to their beliefs. But it seems like if there's 78% of you that think that the truth is aligned to a belief, that means that you think that the truth is a fact. And that the facts are based on your thoughts, and that you're really not understanding that your thoughts are based on your perceptions, and your perceptions are often distorted because of your beliefs. You see the problem? There's a lack of critical thinking with the belief system. That's a shit. That is, I was going to say something not so pretty. Hey, Red Hunter, I know, isn't it crazy? I was watching another YouTube about how much the algorithms have changed, but totally different. So I'm glad that you're here and that you made it here. And see, I've gotten through all the questions. It's wild. So I don't know if people are getting their notifications or not for the lives anymore, or they're just not pushing. What I heard is that YouTube is just not pushing out videos, whether you are following them or not, which means that you could want consciousness, think that you're aligned to consciousness, follow people who are about expanding in consciousness, and they're not even going to send you a notification. So how do people follow? You have to go search. You're literally going to have to do a lot more work and consciously choosing in order to see videos like this, where we're talking about integrity, we're talking about truth, we're talking about alignment, because they don't want people to align. They, the controllers, do not want people to align. Why? Because when you are in alignment, you are powerful. And when you start to address your power, it does. It makes people untethered. Allie is saying the truth is not comfortable or soothing when it goes against our beliefs. I will say against our beliefs. So is it really against us, or is it against what we believe? I think the truth is uncomfortable when it goes against what we believe. And that does not mean that the truth is against you. And I think that, Allie, is what you're saying is so incredibly powerful. So I'm just going to read it. The truth is not comfortable or soothing when it goes against us. And that's the thing, is that people perceive the truth as for or against, winner or loser. And it really isn't about a winner or a loser. It's about alignment. And the truth is the truth. It's about acceptance. It doesn't matter whether you believe the truth or not, in my opinion. That's why we start lying at a young age. You know, I never lied. I was never a liar, good liar. No, but there are people that do lie. And I remember my sister telling me that her daughter, she got a call from her daughter's teacher saying that her daughter lied. And my sister got so upset. Like, you're a teacher and you are calling my daughter a liar? And my sister basically got really upset at the teacher for the teacher telling the truth about the daughter, who was indeed lying and did lie. But because my sister didn't want her to be called a liar, which is a name, which can be a stigma for certain, but it was the truth. So if you don't want that to stick, you change your behavior. But when we go to God, we should leave the ego aside. Well, the ego has taken over lots of people, Ollie. You, of course, are the exception, because you are a conscious creator and you know that you want to co-create. Most people are co-creating and they think they're just doing things, but they're constantly co-creating in alignment with things that go against what they believe, but they don't know it because they haven't challenged their beliefs. You see the conundrum. It's such a conundrum. Anyways. Question. Red Hunter couldn't find the Trump Rogan forever. I've been subscribed for a while and it's creepy when what they're doing. Yeah, isn't that, I mean, I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's nuts. So you are going to have to take steps to come and see these videos and to see videos that are about consciousness, to see videos that are about shifting perspective, because they're just going to be harder to find because it threatens the perceived norms, the perceived realities that, you know, everything should be handed to us. No, we're going to have to use our critical thinking. The truth is, you're in the land of make-believe. We all are. We all are here creating. We are creating our realities. And you must have aligned to this to realize that you're a co-creator. And that if you don't change your ways, you're going to create in alignment with things that you didn't even understand about. Isn't that cool? Allie is saying, when we are wrong, the truth is against us. Well, the truth is just a frequency. It's not against. It doesn't have the polarity of the mind, Allie. The truth is just a frequency. It just is. It's not, it doesn't hold polarity. It just is. You either align to it or not. And right and wrong is of the mind. It's of the judgment. The truth has nothing to do with judgment. Joel is saying it's not about being hot. Okay. I don't even know what you're saying. Anguish is saying, Kiana, your light and wisdom shine like the blessing. Oh, thank you so much. That's such a very nice thing to say. Thank you. Few have the gifts to inspire and uplift others as you do and truly guide the soul on this journey of life. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Ankush Dev. I am just going to say that is such a beautiful message, and I'm going to screenshot it because what a nice thing to say, because honestly, I come on here every day and my hope is to just be in alignment with God, with sovereignty, and with freedom, and to share a different perspective on how to align physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And it truly touches my heart that you would take time to write words to share what you're experiencing. So thank you so much for being a blessing to me and sharing your light with me. Today's topic is about the frequency of truth. And I just went through 8 different aspects of the truth. Hey, Red Hunter, right? DM is saying kombucha. I don't eat kombucha. I don't drink it. Why? Because it's too much acid. Hey, XYZ, where have you been? Thanks for being here. Joel's on another plane. Go. Good, safe travels. Okay, Shelby is saying, if I'm correct, I think I saw you on Star Maker. You absolutely did not see me on Star Maker. I am a nerdy, I don't call myself a chick, but I am very nerdy. I am a nerd at heart. I love quantum physics. I love energy. I love the truth. I love the frequency of truth. I love blessings. I love being a blessing and being here. Anyway. Oh, Ali, you always have such great questions. Has anybody ever told you that? You have a really good questions. I love questions. I love questions. In fact, I was thinking about putting out a book of just great questions because I love them. And when I get a good question, I I save them. So your question is, what are my thoughts on the afterlife? Well, I do not think, my perspective on death and dying is that I think that soul never dies. I think that we live on in the essence of our spirit, and we have many, many identities. And the soul is an identity matrix. So I do believe that we are multidimensional. And I think that the afterlife, as you term it, is just another version of expression, really, and that we are here on this earth as a volunteer to come here and to shine our light, to learn our soul lessons in a totally different way, and to align to God's sovereign freedom. And those who align to co-creation, those who align consciously to being in love, frequency, truth frequency, kindness, and compassion, those who consciously choose to do that will rise above and be way showers for the rest. That's what I think, Ollie. Thanks for asking me. Thanks, Red Hunter. You would like that. A book of good questions. I mean, I love a good question. I love deep, meaningful conversations too, as you can tell. That's why it's actually nice. I mean, I'm not getting as many views, but I'm having meaningful discussions with you all, which I really appreciate. It fills my heart and my soul to have meaningful discussions. And there's so many people that don't want to talk about anything. They want to talk about the weather, which I could really care less about the weather unless we're talking about why the weather has changed. A book of questions, yeah. So I should start compiling them. I think I have hundreds of deep questions that I ask. And one of them is just, how many soul lessons do I have? How can I look at this situation differently? How can I rise above? All kinds of stuff. I'm sorry, Joel. I'm Shelby, and I'm a YouTube. Oh, hey, Shelby, you're a creator. Oh, nice. Shelby, I'm curious what your perspectives are about the YouTube changing, because it's definitely different. I saw a difference starting just before the elections, but it's been significantly after that. And I wonder if you're a creator and you don't date, and that's just your personal, or you don't date people from YouTube. I'm just curious. Just curious, Shelby. Sick Ranchez is saying, I believe in multidimensional, multiversal. What is multiversal? Multi-universal? I'm not sure I understand that. We can control what's in our realm of understanding. Well, control is an illusion, Sick Ranchez. Control is an illusion. It's an illusion of the ego mind. XYZ says, I have a feeling my friend is backstabbing me in business. Oh, yikes, those are hard. Okay, like he is telling a few secrets of my business to my rivals. How to know the truth. Interesting. Well, what data do you have? And if this is your business, this is your not your partner, it's a friend. Why would your friend, well, they're not your friend, is what you're saying, is that you're realizing that your friend is actually not a real friend? That's what I think that you're explaining here. And that is the truth. So that's the alignment of truth frequency. So now that you understand that you cannot share information with that person, we're just going to call them a person. We won't label them with the friend, because that's misidentifying them, right? And these misidentifications also become quite confusing. So let's just call this person who is untrustworthy, which is something that you feel, then you have to change how you are relating to them. And by the way, I don't know if they're doing this or not, but I will say this, there are people that have literally gone to my website and stolen my testimonials that are for me and put them on their own website as their own without having done the work. I mean, People who work out of integrity, don't worry about it. They have no match for you, okay? Because people resonate with businesses. They resonate with service providers. They resonate with the lessons that they need to learn. Just like you're resonating with this channel and you come on here and you join in the chat and you participate. This is not for everybody. Just so you know, your business is not going to resonate with everybody. Joel is saying my favorite show is Quantum Leap. You know, Joel, I don't watch that show, but I used to offer a service called Quantum Leap. But it turns out a lot of people, this is the truth, and I'm changing all of my services this next year. But what I have noticed is this, that people struggle with quantum leaps because they don't have the coping mechanisms in place to manage the higher frequencies. That's the truth. Coping mechanisms, you can't heal all coping mechanisms in one session because coping mechanisms are, conditioned, programmed, trained, indoctrinated. I mean, they're from everywhere. That's why so many addicts, they go from one thing to another because the coping mechanisms have not been adjusted. They focus so much on not having the thing that they think they're addicted to that they just move it to another thing. They haven't really addressed the coping mechanisms, which is where the real work is, right? The real work of life is everyday practices. That's why I offer a special for my clients that are regulars, because I understand, when you want to do the work, it requires a discipline and it requires support. Hey, Shelby is saying, I'm heading on to a star maker, which is, I will see you again. Shelby, you haven't dated since 2022? I don't know what star maker is, but I would like to check it out. But why is such a beautiful, young, intelligent person not interested in expanding through relationships? I understand. Dating is not always easy. DM Volkler, you'd be a good Joe Rogan guest. I don't know. That would certainly be a trip. See, why did you send him my stuff? I think I might not be big time enough for Joe Rogan. He's very much into the celebrity type thing, which I am not really a celebrity. Fine, I admit it. I love nerdy girls too. I love it. I love nerds. My husband's a nerd. And I say that affectionately because, it takes a different quality of person to not only be intellectually stimulating, but you actually take what you learn and apply it. And I remember when I was coaching, I used to coach admirals and captains and senior civilians in the government for years and years. I did this. And every year they would put out all these books. They would put out a book list of 100 books. And these people were expected to read all these hundreds of books. But I tell you what, they could not apply the concepts. And I was like, what the hell are you reading these books for if you can't apply like this simple concept? So this one captain, he hated me. He really hated me. He literally went to go get a root canal so he would avoid one of my meetings. But when I tell you the truth always prevails, this man had enough integrity to message me a year and a half later after he got promoted to his own command. And he said, I wish I would have had the wherewithal to really listen to you when you were teaching, and I couldn't hear what you had to say then, but I know I am reading all the things that you taught us back then, and I wish I would have utilized you then. So it's nice when you receive those like kudos, because at first you might think, oh, he went and got a root canal overcoming to see me doing a session or a workshop, because he would have to challenge his way of perceiving and thinking and do things differently. And, he ended up realizing that was a mistake, and a lot of people make mistakes, and, we can correct mistakes by just sending an email like that corrects the wrongdoing from the past. That's how you get in alignment with the truth frequency. You don't have to do a lot of stuff. You just need to be in alignment. You need to speak from your heart. You need to own the truth. Anyways, the topic today is the truth frequency. I think dreaming in an opening to it, I don't think dreams are made up of random. No, the astral world is where a lot of people, sick ranchas, are accosted. More demonic stuff happens during the sleep time than happens during the waking time, unfortunately. So always go in with your connection to your heart and connection to creation. Joel is saying, I don't know what you're saying. Red Hunter, I'm trying to get YouTube to get rid of the heart box and go for auto translate. Okay, good luck with that. Hi, you guys. We are talking about the truth frequency. That's what's happening here. We're just having some chit chat about the truth frequency. I talked about 8 specific truths about the truth frequency at the beginning. So definitely hit the replay on this because it's worth understanding what the truth frequency is. Shelby saying, I create music and trends. Oh, perfect. My opinion on the afterlife is I believe in ghosts. Ghosts are not, that's interesting. I did not consider ghosts as an afterlife, but I believe you are accurate. When I was thinking about the afterlife, I wasn't talking about ghosts because ghosts would still be on the physical plane. So to me, that would mean they're stuck in between worlds. That's what I would perceive, Shelby. But I'm not against people who believe in God. I just don't want to go against any religions. No need to go against anything, Shelby. At least in my opinion, we don't have to go against something just because that's not in alignment to us. We just say that doesn't resonate. And religion doesn't resonate for me. I believe in God, but I don't believe in religion. It's totally different things in my mind. Oh, you create content on trends I find. Interesting. What's the biggest trend right now? What kind of trends are you seeing? It's certainly not consciousness. But maybe it could be. Shelby, with an influencer like you, maybe consciousness can become a trend. It can't really, though, because it is a frequency. And trends are about material, right? I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm just guessing what your world is like. Sick is saying control is definitely an illusion. The universe, chaos and control are polar opposites. Chaos and control are polar opposites. I don't know that I agree. So I would say that chaos and control are more similar than they are different, because both require a perception that is distorted. Think about that. Shelby, mainly because of heartbreaks. I think I should stick to friends. Heartbreak, Shelby. Oh, Shelby, I'm sorry to hear about your heartbreak. That would shut you down from having a life that is more fulfilling. I would say whoever that guy was or girl was or partner was a lesson your soul needed so you can learn and expand. I know it can be painful, but gosh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hate to hear that people that shut down their ways of being because of pain. Pain can be a great motivator. It can be. But Shelby, you do what resonates for you, and just know that we appreciate you being your most authentic self. Hey, Sailor's Life, good to see you. Good to see you, good to see you. Love it that you're here and watching the videos on here and giving me, if you watch a video on this channel, let me know in the emojis. Please let me know that you're here and watching and that you like it. What is karma and who fulfills this action? This is so big, and karma has so many beliefs attached to it. Ollie. But you're asking my opinion. I would say that karma, let me see if I can articulate this in a very succinct way. Karma is an energy of a lesson that has yet to be learned and integrated. That's what I have to say about karma. And karma is often fulfilled by those who are consciously in alignment to learning their lessons and raising in consciousness and truth. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense to you. Shelby is a child, very articulate. The truth has its own frequency, constant and unchanging, but our truth may be very based on perspective. Truly, what the survey says right there, and Ankash, I hope I'm saying your name wrong, right? It is always going to be based on a frequency. 100%. But a lot of people think that the truth is a thought. They think a truth is their perspective. They think a truth is their belief. And their attachment to their beliefs is what keeps them from aligning to the truth. And their attachment to their ideas about what they think things are is what keeps them tied to the illusion or the false matrix. HP, thank you. Hey, HP of engineers. We were just talking about how we're a bunch of nerds on here. Just music trends and trends with dances, specifically the ones with a lot of people who use emojis to talk. Interesting. Okay, Shelby, very interesting. It was a girl. Oh, okay. Either way. You're saying it's fine, but it's really not fine. And that's why it's continuing to be a lesson. But we want the best for you. I want the best for you. I won't speak for anybody else. I'll speak my truth. You could be right, but the definition of chaos is disorder and confusion. Right, but doesn't control often bring chaos and confusion? Think about somebody who tried to control you and what your reaction was, right? It could bring chaos and confusion. Like, why are they trying to control me? I'm not a proponent of the public school. And you are 100% right, chap. The public schools have failed everybody in America. Everybody. Go look and see what and who created that system of education. See who created that. And then you see who really is failed. Jay is asking, are you happy Trump won? It really is about the collective consciousness, and we'll see what happens if and when things actually take place. We shall see. It's all about collective consciousness aligning. Shelby is saying, he can say I'm a child, but I have some talents he may never have. Boom. Yeah, that's true. Get back in fear, in a fear way. Interesting. That sounds like a threat, Shelby. Sick is saying, Cat, you can be in control of the confusion and disorder. Well, that's an illusion. That's what I'm saying. That's the false matrix, Sick. That's the false matrix. It's not even real, but people think it's real, so they are tethered to a false matrix. Not everybody. Obviously not you. DM, I didn't think you were insulting me. I'm not insulting you. I'm just telling you that you're a minor. Eric, Eric says, Shelby, you're fine. God bless you. Eric, you're always so nice. Eric is the epitome of doing kindness on social media everywhere he goes. And I am so thankful for Eric making his presence known here, Peter making his presence known here, and just being the embodiment of kindness in humanity. And I do believe that there are more of us who are kind than are not. It's just that the other gets more of the attention. Ali is saying, I pray the most merciful heal all the broken hearts and cures all the diseases in our hearts. Bless and successes for the doer of good. Amen. How does world divided into countries who really govern and make rules? Well, there is change afoot, and I think people are starting to understand that how the lines have been drawn are misguided. Ooh, Ankash says, control and chaos are intertwined. I love it. Perfectly stated. You're correct. I agree with you. One fuels the other in a constant cycle. You are just filled with beautiful statements here. You say things so concisely, Ankash. I love it. Eric, isn't he just the epitome of kindness and it's just amazing. And Peter, you too, but you do your kindness in different ways, which, by the way, are you practicing your word today? Which word are you practicing? Shelby, sounds like an insult. By the way, if I end up being successful, of course you will be. Hey, no need to get insulted here, Shelby. We're all rooting for you. All right, y'all, I'm just going on an hour here. We had some great questions. There you go. Yeah, it's really nice, Mark. Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for taking time to chat with me about the truth and about the alignment and the frequency of truth. I come on here every day. Right now, I'm coming on between 12 and 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But I did just post a poll. So if you guys go to the page, please do the poll and let me know what times you prefer. I'm thinking about changing. And it looks like everything here has changed, so it's nice. Put your notifications on. Not that seems to matter anymore, but my name is Kiana Sage, and I guide people to peace. If you're interested in learning more about physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual alignment, check out my website and see if it's of interest to you, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.